What's up, guys? We're coming at you again because not only did we have that state of play, so you can, if you didn't watch that, I have a video on the state of play, go watch that, but we also are doing Marvelous. They had a showcase at the exact same time. Now, Marvelous has its own kind of set of different IPs that it owns, and it had its showcase today, which, as an overall thing, I thought it was good. Like, it showed cool games that I care about, but kind of a bummer because there was next to zero gameplay on anything, very little in the form of release dates or even windows. So while I like what they showed, I'm kind of bummed about the way they showed it. They keep saying things like, oh, we will show it later. So hopefully that means they're like bound up in Summer Game Fest or, you know, PlayStation or other showcases coming up that they will show gameplay. But I was bummed that there wasn't more to this one. But again, the games they showed were cool. So this one's a lot shorter as far as because of less games in it, but some cool stuff. So the first one they showed is Farmagia, which looks like a farming RPG, which is very similar to the other stuff they have in this, which we will get to. They didn't show any gameplay that I could tell, maybe like one little tiny snippet with the farms, but there's a main story, a really good looking cast. I liked what the characters looked like in the video they showed, but we don't know much about that. Like, what does that look like? What are the things you do? It kind of looked Pokemon-esque, but again, I don't know that for sure. So, like, nothing gameplay-wise has been announced. They haven't talked about any of it, but it's still supposed to come out later this year. So I'm really interested in what that looks like, but I'm kind of interested in that. They talked about a new Story of Seasons that is under production. They talked about they're really focusing on the environments and kind of upping the visuals. I don't need the visuals to be stand out in these farming games. I like to jump in them for a while, play through, get story, get married, you know, find your partner, whatever, like build a cool farm, have awesome stuff, and then I hop out, right? Like I'm not a forever kind of player, and I don't need it to be for forever. I don't need it to be this huge thing and look realistic or anything. I just want to play the basic game and enjoy it and get out. The cutesy looking animals and stuff, that works just perfect for me, right? It's like a good calm, because it has enough RPG elements. That's all I need. Like, it's just like a chill time. It's good for my kids. That's it. So I don't need the visuals to be amazing, but hopefully they have some cool looking characters. They didn't really show any of that. We don't have any updates on when it's coming out. So again, they don't show much, but I like these games. I'm sure it'll be fun. They did some like phone stuff, but that's Japan only, so I'm gonna skip over that. They talked about some arcade stuff. Again, that's in Japan. I'm not gonna worry about that. They did talk about a few indie games. There was one that's like horror themed farm game. It's like you're like the kid of Dracula. I don't do horror stuff like I talked about in the PlayStation video. You watch that. Horror is just not my jam, so that one's out. I don't care. They had another one. I don't even remember what it was now, but I didn't care, so that's out too. But they did talk about Bow, Path of the Teal Goddess, I think it's called. I don't know. It's like a Metroidvania, kind of Hollow Knight looking thing, and it looks awesome. It's side-scrolling, 2.5D action kind of stuff. It looks super cool, so definitely look into that. Oh, Path of the Teal Lotus. That's what it is. Anyway, that is coming out in July in Japan. So I don't know for sure what that means for the US or Europe or whatever. If you look online, it looks like it's coming the same time, but I'm not sure on that. So take that with a grain of salt. But either way, I think that game looks super cool. Next up, they talked about a new Rune Factory game. The main characters, that's what all they talked about was the protagonist. I thought they both looked really cool. I thought that bow and arrow looked awesome, which I love bow and arrows, so that's always my favorite, right? Hunting them down with the bow and arrows. I love that stuff. But the other attacks and stuff for both the male and female character I thought looked really cool. But again, that's all the show, right? When it's coming out, what the rest of the game looks like, anything else, nothing. So I don't know, but I like Rune Factory. I never got to play 5. That's still kind of on my list to get to. I played 4, and you know, that's an older game, but it's still cool. I like the idea, right, of basically taking Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons and then making it into kind of an action RPG with it. I love that. So I'm all over Rune Factory. I'm excited for that one. That'll be good. And then they ended it with Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion. Once again, it was a super cool trailer thing. Looks amazing, like this mech flying over the water and then fades and it's gone. No release date, no gameplay, nothing else. I haven't ever played Daemon X Machina because it was a Switch only, and I'm not interested in playing on Switch. So I want to play that game, but it isn't released on anything else. At least if it did, I didn't ever know about it. But this looked really cool. So I'm hoping that this is on more than the Switch, but we'll see. Again, they didn't say like anything. So it's cool, but like, what do we know? Next to nothing. So anyway, for this Marvel showcase, there's not a lot to talk. This Marvelous showcase, there's not a lot as far as gameplay for us to dig into, but some cool things were announced. So again, it's Pharmagia, Story of Seasons, a new one, Bow, Path of the Teal Lotus, Rune Factory, some Project Dragon, and then Daemon X Machina. So that's all cool stuff, I think, and we'll see when all that comes, but definitely interested. All right, let me know if you watch that showcase, what you think of these games, and whether you're picking any up or what you thought. I'm super excited about these. I think there's some good ones in there. I'm hoping they're gonna be good, but we'll see. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. And yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching, and good hunting.